My name is Paula. My dog Clark has been paralyzed for a number of years. Once I learned how to express, taking care of Clark became a piece of cake and life pretty much back to normal. To this day, Clark still sleeps with me and he stays the whole night dry. Expressing will be a new skill for you too. Allow yourself to grasp the new concepts, but don't put pressure on yourself to be perfect right from the beginning. After a week's worth of expressing, you will have the skill level that you need.
Expressing the bladder is easy to learn, requires no equipment, and takes less than 20 seconds to do. We do it whenever we let our other dogs outside to go potty, about 5 times a day.
I express Clark about every 4 to 6 hours during the day. At bedtime, he's expressed at 10 p.m., and Clark stays dry till 7 in the morning. Do not attempt to express your dog's bladder until you have received a hands-on demonstration from your vet to know the correct amount of hand pressure to apply to the bladder. The vet will explain necessary precautions to you for those dogs with bladder infections, stones, or an enlarged spleen. There is no one correct way to express. It is a matter of finding a position for your body in relation to the dog's that is comfortable for you, finding the hands and finger positions that allow you strength to press and the ability to feel the bladder in various stages of emptying. Seek a position that keeps the spine aligned and horizontal as much as possible. Options are lying down, male dog's butt leaning against your thigh, standing on a pee pad or the grass, over the toilet. The toilet gives good audio feedback to let you know about the urine stream. If your dog is in the middle of conservative crate rest, the toilet is not a safe idea to start with. A dog needs practice to learn his balance and to feel safe and comfortable. Do this after crate rest has been completed. At the beginning of this video, you saw 2 dogs getting expressed in a matter of seconds. Let's look again to see exactly how that was done. The stomach muscles need to be relaxed and soft to feel the bladder. Jiggle lightly to relax the tummy. When the bladder is full, not much pressure is required. The entire stomach area is taken up with the bladder and you won't feel its shape. Your dog's legs may jerk or the tail might go up when you find the sweet spot to press on. Expressing does not hurt a dog. They might groan, but that is just pressure. If your dog cries out or tries to bite, stop. See your vet. Something is not right. You will find the bladder is just in front of the hind legs and behind the rib cage. Expressing poop can first make expressing urine easier. See our video on expressing poop. When the bladder starts to empty, that's when your fingers need to feel where the bladder has gone. The bladder may feel like a water balloon the size of a plum. The smaller the bladder, the more it will be positioned high and back into the leg area. Bring it out of the pelvic area with your fingers, back to where your 2 hands can press on it. I hold one hand with slightly cupped fingers, while the other brings the bladder down into the waiting hand. A small bladder is squiggly and can easily slip out of your hands. Just go get it again. The cupped hand traps the bladder. My other hand presses with the flat of the fist. Some people find it just as easy to do it with 2 flat hands.
I take my hands and they're somewhat flat, and then I squeeze real gently on either side of her bladder, using my index finger, middle finger, and ring finger actually to put the pressure on her bladder. That's how I get her to go tinkle. And our toilet seat is somewhat elongated, so that does help a little bit. And I notice that the calmer that I am, the calmer that Frankie is to balance on the end of the toilet.
Kristen uses a one-hand method. With my right hand, I reach under her body and cup my thumb and fingers around her abdomen. I feel in her tummy for something that feels like a water balloon. That's the bladder. I squeeze gently, mostly with my thumb and middle finger, in the direction the urine needs to go, toward her tail, and the stream of urine comes out in a little arc. Here are some more tips on expressing. A steady, even pressure works best. Avoid a pulsing action. Sometimes it's good to wait 15 to 30 seconds to let the bladder reform, then try expressing again. With a male dog, there may be a delayed reaction till the urine comes out when you first press. Just in case, hold pressure 3 to 6 seconds before seeking a new hand position. You will know when the bladder is pretty much empty when the bladder goes flat. You can almost feel the fingers of your other hand. When bladder function is beginning to return, it can also be more difficult to express. Once started, the urine stream will pulse. Just maintain a consistent hand pressure. No need to apply more pressure. A test to verify if bladder function has returned: go outside, let the dog sniff in the grass to see if they can urinate right after. That shows the brain controlled the bladder. It will be necessary to do a manual check after each urination until you are satisfied the dog can fully empty the bladder.
Clark has never had a urinary tract infection in all these years. There are two things to keeping the bladder healthy and free from infection. The first is to express fully at each session, and the other is to have a schedule that the dog stays dry between expressings. An overflowing bladder is due to reflexes, and that's not a healthy thing. Don't hesitate to go back to your vet to get another hands-on demonstration, or express right there in the clinic and have the vet tech check your work. This is how we all learned. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. Expressing is just a practice thing.